Hi everyone, Sandra Vale here at Homesteading Ways, and today I'm going to show you how ridiculously simple it is to can chicken. Alright, to start with, get your canner ready. I have hot water in there with my clean jars. It's hot, not boiling, and I have 9 pint jars in there. You can also can quarts, but today I'm doing pints. Okay, let's get started. Today I'm doing chicken breasts. I got a whole bunch of them on sale at the store. Some I froze and some I'm going to be canning up. Now you can can all sorts of chicken. It doesn't have to be chicken breasts. You can can chicken with the bone in, you know, drumsticks, wings, whatever. Go right ahead and do that. You may want to take the skin off simply because it's not very appetizing after it's been canned, but you don't have to. You can leave it on. So you can do bone-in breasts. You can do whatever part of the chicken you want. So don't let bones limit you. I'm just doing breasts here because that's what I want for my recipes. So I've got about 9 pints there in the canner, and I'm hoping this will be enough. A small rule of thumb, or a loose rule of thumb, is about 1 pound of chicken for each pint. And that kind of depends on how big you cut the pieces and how much you trim off. Okay, I have everything cut up. So now what I'm going to do is put my salt in. You don't have to put salt, but I choose to because it really enhances the flavor. And conversely, if you can use bouillon as well. If you want to use a little, like a half a teaspoon of chicken bouillon, go right ahead and do it. A lot of people find they like their chicken flavored with it. I just do plain salt because I'm never sure in the end what I'm going to use the chicken for. So anyhow, get your salt in there, and now you're going to put your chicken in. And this is one time in canning where you don't want to pack it in. With canning chicken pieces here, what you want is a loose pack. You don't want it tight because you're going to need that extra room in there. And as far as, you know, your sizes of the pieces of chicken, cut them however you want. I cut mine a little bit bigger simply because of shrinkage. You know, it will shrink up a little bit through the canning process, and so that's why I make them a little bigger. Now also with chicken, you're going to want extra head space. You're going to need about 1.25 inches. So that's a little bit more than what we're typically used to at canning, but that's okay because, like I said, you're going to need that extra room. So once you have that in there, get your you're going to want to get your little air bubbles out here. Just, you know, let it move around a little bit. Not too hard to do, right? And when you do that, you may notice that you have room for more chicken, like I do in this one. So let's add some more. Okay, I can see I have room for 2 or 3 more pieces. So I only cut up a few here. Checking that head space. It's about right. So now I'm going to take my rag here that I have vinegar on. I'm going to wipe my rims. You don't want any grease on there, any fat whatsoever. I'm going to put my lid on. Now, did you notice that? We're not putting anything else in the jar. No boiling water, no anything. You're going to put it in your canner. Oops, just like this. Just the meat and the salt, or bouillon if you put that in. Isn't that great? Isn't that incredible? So you're going to put this in the canner, your pressure canner, for, at my elevation, I'm under 1,000 feet, so I'm putting it in at 11 pounds for 75 minutes. 75 minutes for pints, 90 minutes for quarts. So I'm going to finish up all these pints and then I'll get back to you. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. They're out of the canner. One of them's still bubbling away there. Another one has a few bubbles going on. It's kind of funny. Notice all the liquid in the jars. This is why we don't add water or broth when we're raw packing chicken. If you have any questions, please make sure to put them down in comments. I'll be happy to address them. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. And stop by my website, homesteadingways.com. There's a ton of information there and a whole lot more canning recipes. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up the video. That would be great. It was nice talking to you. And you take care.